Hello, friend. Happy New Year. It is January 1st, 2026 as I'm recording this. I just finished at the gym, had a great workout. Of course, it was a very full gym today being the new year, and I'm sure everyone wanting to get that workout in and fresh start for the new year. If we haven't met before, my name is Megan. I'm a mom of 2 kiddos, and in 2025, I set the intention to get fit at 50 because my 50th birthday was February, and I've spent the whole year working on it, and I feel so good to be entering into a new year feeling like it's just another day. We're just continuing on in the routines and habits and consistency that I developed all of 2025. So normally in the new year, I feel terrible. I feel behind. I feel sluggish. I've gained weight. I feel like I need to lose it. You know, I'm sure we've all been there. And if that's how you feel, just know that it's a fresh start. Every day is a chance to start again and make new habits and make changes. And they don't happen overnight, but with time, it will happen. So I'm so happy you're here with me. Welcome to a new vlog. I'm going to bring you along the whole week, my check-in with my coach, all the things, and happy New Year. Italian?
That is a mini meatball. Have you seen the big ones? Like the size of your head.
It is the first Sunday of the new year and heading to church this morning. Bumpy drive. We are back from church, and this is where I have been holed up. So I've got my computer here, and I've been studying for my health and wellness coaching certification, this big book. It's 18 chapters. I'm on chapter 9 right now. There's the book. There's this workbook that's got sample questions and answers. After each chapter, you watch a video, and then you have to take an exam over the video, and then you have to take a chapter exam, and you have to get a passing score of 70. And if you get below that, you have to retake it, and it doesn't tell you what the right answers are. You've got to actually figure it out in the book. So after church, we actually stopped, and I got some note cards because I think that will help me study. But it's been a long time since I've been in school, but I'm fascinated by this information, and I'm just soaking it up. I really am into it. The chapter 7 was fascinating. It was a mindful approach to stress management, and it has all these tools and techniques to help your clients and me. I'm finding it helpful for myself, ways to help manage your stress, because we know it has such a impact on our well-being. But I'm digging it. It's taking a long time, but I've been really using this whole break to try to get through it, because I knew that's when I would have the biggest chunk that I could dedicate to this. So hopefully I will take the test in January, And then I can work on developing a health and wellness coaching program that I can make available to you like down the road. So it's off in the future, but I will definitely keep you posted. Good morning, Monday. It is our first day back to school. So I don't know, feeling good, got good sleep. How'd you sleep, Jordan? I don't think she's ready. I've already been up, walked, journaled, had coffee, let the dogs out, had muscle egg. Now I'm eating my oatmeal. I've got my waters ready to go. This one goes to the gym. This one I've already been drinking. So I'd say we're off to a productive start. It is 6:48 and we will be leaving the house in like 10 minutes. So let's hope it's a great week. Okay, I'm back from the gym. It's about 10 o'clock. I got a shower. I should have washed my hair, but I have a busy day today, so we're just gonna push that to probably tonight. But I wanted to do a check-in of where we started, like left off from last week, started this week, and before the check-in is already on Wednesday, and here we are on Monday. So, and it is currently Monday, January 5th. So when I checked in with Shelby last, it was New Year's Eve. So Wednesday, December 31st. And I told her that the week had been challenging, lots of ups and downs as far as eating, just because, you know, it was Christmas. So we went for Christmas to my brother's house, and he's such a good cook. He's actually like a grill master, basically, and grilled some really good meats. And my sister-in-law's a great cook, and so she made, you know, like mac and cheese. And then my other sister-in-law, she makes this really yummy jalapeno cream corn. And there was just like a lot of food, a lot of desserts. I tried to kind of keep it in moderation, but it was too hard to track. So obviously I did not track. I just, what I did is like I tried to kind of balance it by eating a little bit less for a few days, which I don't know that that's like the best approach, but I was just feeling like extra heavy, extra full. My weight was going up a little more than I was comfortable with, and so that's how I did that. And I feel like once the kids are back in school, it's so much easier to stick to a routine, and like when you're eating at home more, and you know, it's just easier to hit those macros. But Shelby wrote me back after my last check-in, and she said she completely understands about how the holidays can be challenging, and there's dinners and parties and all the things. But she said, and my weight was up, but she said she thinks that as soon as I get back into my regular routine and stick to my macros again, that I'm going to shed what is mostly water weight, just from like the extra foods and sodium and things like that. So she just said, stick with your normal clean foods, keep on your steps and lifts, and we'll see if we get things to stabilize. And then if not, we can make some adjustments. So I've been basically at the same macros, calories for like all of December. So currently I'm at 2,040 calories a day, 135 grams of protein, 240 grams of carbs, and 60 grams of fat. So those have been my macros like all of December, maybe even the end of November. And I'm kind of looking for an increase. Like I want to see where we can go. I definitely know I am building muscle tissue, and that's very exciting. This is the first time in my life that I've truly done this way, and it feels really good. Like I can see the changes. I can even feel in my legs that they're just a lot stronger. I know that I can lift heavier because I do progressive overload. So I'm lifting heavier weights on certain exercises or doing more reps. So that's all good. We're all going in the right direction there. So since my last check-in, I've tried to be really, really tight. You did see that we went out to dinner the other night, but I just got a fish and vegetables. And then my fiance got this pasta, Alfredo pasta, and I just had like one bite of that. And then they had dessert, and I had one bite of dessert, which like really was satisfying, and I was fine with that. So this week, my weight had dropped down. Let's see, I think when I checked in with her on December 31st, I was at 109. And then, which is high for me. Like, I think I should be around like 106, 107 at the high range. So over the course of this week, I've been 107.4, 107.0, 106.4, and that was on Saturday morning. And then we went out to dinner that night. And then the next day I was 107.2. And then this morning I'm 107.8, which we ended up eating like a late dinner last night. I did stick to my macros, but I think maybe just eating so late in the day might have amped up my weight this morning. So I have all of today, all of tomorrow, and I check in again with Shelby on Wednesday. So we'll see where we get to. But I'm really excited to continue this journey, especially like in the new year. And it feels really good to start the new year feeling good, as opposed to feeling like, oh my God, I have to revamp everything and, you know, start from scratch or start behind. Like, I feel like we're just continuing. Like, you know, December was some ups and downs. It's challenging, as you know. But overall, I indulged when I wanted to. I kept it mostly in check. I kept up with my lips, my steps, my water, and all of that combined has made me feel like we're entering the new year on a good note. So I'm thankful that you're here and excited to keep sharing this journey with you. My meal too is one of my favorite meals of the day. So in here I've measured out my spinach, my mushrooms, and my bell peppers. And then I just cook them all up, add in a half a cup of egg whites, and then in this skillet I will add 2 pieces of center-cut bacon. And then I already measured out my oatmeal before I went to the gym. So I've got oatmeal, raisins, almonds, cinnamon, and then I just need to add the water and cook it. And then I always add a drizzle of this syrup. And then I add 2% milk. It's so good. This breakfast is really filling and delicious. This has been my second meal of the day for so long, and I have not gotten tired of it. I actually love it. It's hearty, it's delicious, it's comforting, full of nutrients, good macros. Let's eat. And after meal 2, always a second cup of coffee. I love this part of my day so much. And then when I sit down to my desk to work, I just have a nice cup of coffee to enjoy, and it just makes the whole thing feel so much better. Good morning. Good morning, friend. It is Tuesday, so we're on day 2 of back to school. Hitting a little harder this morning. My 5 a.m. wake up. Went to bed at like 9:45, which I really need to be in bed at 9. And as I told you, I've been studying for this health coach certification, and one of the chapters we just read was about sleep. And it was emphasizing that when you're working out, and especially trying to build your muscles, when you're working out in the gym is when you're putting the stress on your muscles, but it is during sleep that when they recover and when the tissue rebuilds. And it really helped me keep in mind the importance of sleep and make me want to go to sleep, because I'm like, I don't want to just blow all that hard work I did in the gym. I want it to be of value. So I've always, I mean, you don't have to tell me to get sleep. I love to get sleep. I like to go to bed early, but you know, it's hard when you're trying to do all the things. And last night we went to the grocery store and got some dessert for the kids. They wanted to try. We've been debating like what's the best kind of cake and like cake to icing ratio and all this just silly stuff. So we got a cake for the kids to have, a piece of cake after dinner, just wrapping up all the things for a school day. Anyhow, I was really crampy last night and I started my period. Still crampy this morning and tired. So it is 6:40. Just trying to get like 10-minute walk in before we head to school. And then when I get to the gym, I'll usually do a 30-minute walk. Thank God I'm just lifting shoulders today because my legs are so sore. Like sore enough to where tomorrow is another lower body day. And if I'm still this sore tomorrow, I might skip it and just like stretch or do yoga. But we'll see. Needless to say, moving a little slower, tired. And it's like back to full-on work day. I have Amazon Live, I'm doing Tuesday goodies, and I have another blog post going live for tomorrow. Today's blog post was all about home things, reflecting on the things we did to the house in 2025 and the goals and changes for 2026. I'm engaged, my fiance and his daughter will move in this summer, so it's going to be a big change. And we've been making some changes to the house, so I shared all that on the blog. I'll put the link in the description below if you want to check it out. Let's check in week 28. So every week I check in with my coach, Shelby. So I send her photos, bikini photos, front, side, and back pose. And I do this right when I wake up in the morning, so I always look rough. I mean, it's usually 5 a.m. before coffee, before I've had anything to eat. So I'm gonna put these pictures up for you from my week 28 check-in. And then I have an app that I communicate with her on, and I check in on these different, different criteria. So for week 28, hunger was okay. I said I could eat more. Energy, very good. Got great sleep during Christmas break. But now that it's back to school, we're back up to 5 a.m. again. Strength has been good. I'm lifting heavier. I am feeling sore, especially in my hamstrings. Hormonal state is normal until Monday when I started my period, and then I've been, crampy. No digestive issues. And then as far as diversions, Wednesday I was on track. Thursday I was a little bit under because I actually missed a meal. Friday I was on track. That was my high carb day, and if you want to see what I eat in a high carb day, I have a vlog about that. Saturday's when we went out to dinner, but I was very proud of myself. I just ordered the grilled fish and vegetables, so tried to stay on track and tried to track it as best I could in my Fitness Pal. Of course, it's harder when you're eating out at a restaurant. And then Sunday, Monday, Tuesday on track, so that's pretty good. A very good eating week, especially after all of the indulgences of December with the holidays and everything. I got all my lifts in. I got 10,000 plus steps a day. Water, I've been drinking over 100 ounces a day. So she wrote me back and she said, Happy New Year. You look awesome. I feel you definitely tightening up from sticking with everything tightly this week, and inflammation has come down. I think you will tighten up even further as your period passes, so this is even more impressive to see. She went ahead and increased my macros, saying, I think your body can handle it. Just keep tight on your tracking again. Continue to prioritize water. She just went into, I was asking her if it was okay to substitute certain exercises, and she said that was fine. So she said she's excited to continue this building phase and keep increasing my macros and calories. And then later we can go into a cut. So very, very excited. So let me tell you, week 28, my macros were 2040 calories a day, 240 grams of carbs, 135 grams of protein, 60 grams of fat. And then my high carb day is 2,090 calories, 285 grams of carbs, 125 protein, and 50 fat. And she increased me for week 29. So going forward, my calories have increased up to 2,089, which is like about almost 50 calories from the week before. My carbs are going up 10 grams, protein staying the same, and fat is going up 1 gram. And then on my high carb day, she increased my carbs 10 grams and my fat 1 gram as well. So my high carb day, my calories are 2139. This is the most food I've ever eaten, like consistently with these macros. Of course, I've, had times in my life where I'm eating desserts and all that, and I'm sure that's been 2,000 calories, but this is where we've been on track, and 28 weeks. I mean, this is amazing. It's a great start to the new year. I'm really excited to see where we go with this. And like I said, we're gonna continue in this build phase, continue eating more, keeping on my lifts, and just keep growing my muscle so that later on in the year, when we go into a cut and like shed some body fat, it can reveal all the muscle I've been working so hard to put on. So thank you so much for being here. I will have another vlog next week, and I just appreciate you so much. You can hit like and subscribe and leave me a comment, and I will check back. I read every single one. Have a great day.